All right, hello everybody. Welcome. In this lesson, we are looking at chapter 5.5 in the Holt-McDougall algebra curriculum. We are solving absolute value equations. So a slight sidestep. We're doing some more solving today, but because we're using equations instead of inequalities, in this lesson we're using equal signs rather than the less than or equal to signs. So our overall learning target here, we're creating equations and inequalities in one variable and using them to solve problems. These use a variety of different types of functions. Many of these we'll get into later in the year. Specifically, in this lesson, we're going to be learning what absolute value is. That should be review. You should have seen what absolute value is at this point, but we will review that. We will solve an absolute value of an equation with multiple steps. That should be something that is fairly new. And we're also going to know the situations when absolute value equations have no solution, because that will come up. So let's go ahead and get started here. So what is absolute value? Absolute value is a number that represents the distance that a number is away from zero. So for example, if we have this equation right here where it says the absolute value of x is equal to 4, it means that x, that variable, represents all the numbers that are a distance of 4 away from 0. So just as a quick picture on the number line here, if this is 0, what are the numbers that are a distance of 4 away from 0? Well, there's 4. That's a distance of 4 away from 0. But there's also negative 4, because that's a distance of 4 away from 0 also. So there are two solutions to this. One that is to the left of 0, and one that is to the right of 0. And that's kind of like the key idea when we're looking at absolute value, is that there is two solutions. There are two ways to make a distance of 4. Either we make it 4 or we make it negative 4. And that idea of having two solutions, one that's 4 and one that's negative 4, we're going to use that when we're solving these things a little bit later. So let's solve the first one here. And the first one's going to be a very simple equation. Absolute value of x equals 7. Algebraically, what we're going to do, we know that we have two solutions, one that goes to negative 7 and one that goes to positive 7. So what we kind of do is split it into two. One of these that is the same as what we have over here, and one of them is different. So when the absolute value is by itself, right? Notice that the absolute value is by itself. It is solved for. We can split that equation up, and we can solve both sides of this. It turns out that when we split this one up, they're both solved already. We're going to have some examples where that doesn't happen, but that's our solution. X equals 7 and negative 7. We have two solutions. So there's a couple of basic ones that I'd just like you to do on your own here. So go ahead and that's the end of this video. So move back to your Canvas lesson, check out those two problems.